Like this is a serious thing. I'm glad that we got to this point. Thank you. Like what some people, I'm like always walking on pins and needles. Like, look, I think there's something going on. I've discovered something, and you don't know that you really discovered something until you have to always do brute force in order to get through it. It's like my term is I'll John Henry this thing, meaning that John Henry went through a mountain to beat a machine.
Right.
And realistically, they always make the stories where the person die in the end, but that's not really what happened. What I'm trying to show people is that it takes a lot of character and courage to actually go against something that you instinctually feel that is not right. And then once you get all the way down to the nitty gritty of the details of how it's put together in a complex life, then you start to really, really rouse the attention of the others, the ones we don't speak of. This is when you go through all of the movies, you actually see, when you understand the symbolism and things that are going on, you see the gates that are being used. You see the configurations, you see the geometry. Even running over this Madonna show and this Rihanna, the Rihanna show too, Lena Howard did a great job on that. But even if running over into this Beyonce show, think about this. Okay, we'll go over this Beyonce show and I'll show you all the geometry step by step, just a couple pentagrams and a few portals. But if you go to a rock concert with Megadeth, if you show someone there inverted pentagram, they're going to look at you like, and we know. You
right.
See what I mean? So what we're actually talking to is an audience that doesn't know. Okay, so also we have to distinguish what is it that they don't know. And of course, most of the people that are adhering to this knowledge don't ask. They don't ask the question. They are hoping to be accepted. That's why it's called ancient order of accepted, not non-accepted. So this means that they're actually playing, they're playing harlot to the dragon. Meaning that when you see all these companies, you see all these firms, you see all these men, you see all these entities that they've erected. And then you see them all pay obeisance and bow down and trade in their own fellow human for a pyramid, a golden pyramid. Then you actually seen, like they say in the book, woe to you, he's down. I would say, woe to you, he's come down to you, or it's come down to you, meaning that there is something else here that is hindering mankind, and it doesn't like mankind. And this is something that we're looking like what part of the timeline is it that we didn't like ourselves? Because some people say, well, I thought you said all the self. Yeah. So somehow on the timeline, we felt uncomfortable with ourselves. That's now. That's why we're experiencing what we're calling serpents, negative energies, etc. Because a collective group of us who normally moves in an ocean or a ship, all of us together there's been a mutiny on board. The ship has been disabled. All sorts of things. Predators are attaching to us, leeches. People who are not carrying their own weight, while you also have those who are gathering too much and becoming stagnant. So then again, like when you come out and you start to say something, I got to turn on the camera here for a moment. Everyone's just looking at the black screen, but they can hear the sound. When you come out to say something, you face an immense level of challenges. First of all, no support. Look, I had a guy tell me when this first began, oh man, what he asked me what day I was born. I told him what day I was born. He said, man, you're a master. But he said, don't be surprised if you don't get no help though. And I felt that. I felt what he was saying, like it was truth, but meaning that there was going to be a little bit of help. But not much as you think that it should be when you're talking about emancipating these people. You're talking about taking them to another level of consciousness. Ascension is not physical, it's spiritual. You can ascend inside of your body. Some people think they ascend and be on a spaceship with some grays speaking Enochian. It's wired down in an entirely different way. And what you have is very few people who can crack into this and hold their mind. Like one thing I was thinking about today, I said, man, it's a sacrifice here because you have to put the data inside of you in order to be able to compute it properly. And then when it's inside of you, if it's a virus, it's infecting you. So why you have only a certain amount of time to crack it. But so I'm telling humanity, I cracked it. You don't have to go that way. You don't have to go that route. What they're trying to do is something they've already done before. The serpent moves in a circle. what happens is that in our lives and in our expansion, we've been endowed with such magnificent capabilities. They say mankind started on Mars. I'm talking about man and woman again. I was trying to clarify that before I got cut off. But we began on Mars because that's Ma, that's masculine, that's Madame. That is actually the womb. And then there is another serpent who began on Venus. And then who do you have smashed in the middle of Mars and Venus and all the symbolism it represents, from the dogs to the goats to inverted pentagrams, Venus is upside down, etc. Who do you have in smack dab in the middle? Earth. An idea. This was a dream. This was something that we all put together so that we can get away from what we're bringing right now. Like, people are always looking for this better place. It was here. We said that this was going to be the place, that we weren't going to allow this to happen. This division. But what I do most of the time, like I said, is I have to govern this energy in which even I possess. I have to say, how much can you give? How much can you say before they look at you as if you're too real? You see, in a fake society, you have to create a bridge. Make believe, pretend to be great. What they're calling accomplishments are not really accomplishments. According to the universe, you get into a laboratory and look stupid. You get into with chemistry and don't even know what you're doing or burn yourself. But these are the foundations to nature which gave us the keys to actually open up the universe inside of ourselves. That's all nature had to offer. Nature did not intend for those who walk that dark path in their consciousness to take the knowledge of light and try to blind everyone with it. So the heat and the warmth no longer allows you to incubate properly, but burns you to a crisp or chars you. Like we're talking about the word char and cheer. You got cheerleaders. Then you, again, on a reality, and you're perceiving all this going on, the books are written up like woman is doing it. That's why I come even today to emancipate women. Maybe you'll see a woman messiah next. So, because what happens is that woman, of course, we're getting blamed because a lot of women get into the lust, the heart, the Venus. Victoria's Secrets. Who's Victoria? Queen Victoria. That's Venus. There's a V in front of that. That's the queen. Hive mind. Britain, the covenant. Tan is the serpent. Tan, like you in the sun, taking the energy of the sun. The sun is synonymous with the serpent. So see, there was ancient knowledge, but then everyone rolled it underneath one symbol. There's no one symbol for an untold level of energies. That's what makes the universe limitless. And then some people want to right off the bat jump into saying that they understand the entire thing and they understand all itself. Remember, what I quote the highest maximum, all itself, and I'm still in the process of actually accomplishing that. When I accomplish that, I'll blow out the entire spectrum. You see, there is a government of energy that can exist here. And that's why many individuals that are becoming familiar with their energy body start seeing that thing start oscillating. You start feeling the connection from the other devices and electronics and things around. You start touching crystals, your forehead's popping. There's all sorts of things going on. You're swearing you're seeing something out of the corner of your eye. Like in that movie, what's the movie? John Dies in the End. You got to check that out. There's things in there that they're showing you that, generally they wouldn't even be showing people, but they're getting so close. Meaning that there's other people working on emancipating humanity, but it's still up to the individual. Like I posted in the thing, we're doing a virtual cleanse coming up, solutions to this situation, because the reason why you may not be able to see this clearly or calculate this properly or slow it down so you can see what it really is because your filters are clogged. So there is another component to this deep level of knowledge and spiritual philosophy that makes one feel glorious. There is this actual physical work. I talked to a couple of people the other day. They said, we're in action. We actually go and we do things. That's where most of our time is spent, not on Skype. Because there is major things that still need to be developed, but we need support. I know individuals that are building free energy devices, not for cars, but for humans that are cracking into the arc of the energy that is produced within water. And these people are on their last leg staying in trailers. And then, like I said, whatever used to happen with when we would die for speaking the truth, that covenant is over. That's the 2012 thing. That's the last time they'll be able to physically remove you from the reality for speaking the truth. Now you'll find that that's why they think their work is complete, because no one seems to know the truth, even though the truth is built within the language. The truth is built within subjects that we've cast away. So, like I said, some people say, well, I turn the lights off. Oh, what happened? This is what happened. You turn the lights off on me, I'm already a light. See, people didn't get it. Like, anytime you have to depend on some external light and you don't have one on your own, then it equals situations like we're in right now. That's why I coined the term understand, meaning that you need to figure it out inside first. Then once you figure out it inside, then you'll go into magnificent work. Then the energy that you actually have will be accompanied to the mission in which you